Welcome back to Universally Speaking, ladies and gentlemen, where, as always, we break down the week that was in Universe Mode. We begin this week with the ominous message sent by an Olympic gold medalist. Of course, I'm talking about Kurt Angle. During Drew McIntyre's match with the WWE Champion Rusev this week on Raw, it appeared that McIntyre was looking for the Claymore kick and therefore the finish, when out of nowhere, the famous music played throughout the arena. Not since the Royal Rumble have we heard the music of Kurt Angle, but it was certainly heard by the giant Scotsman. McIntyre snapped his head to look for the impending arrival of Angle, but he never came, providing the distraction and subsequent loss of yet another match for Drew McIntyre. Is this Kurt Angle's way of accepting the challenge of McIntyre? Or perhaps this might be Kurt Angle simply teaching McIntyre a lesson in sticking to the task. Only time will tell, but time is running out for Drew to get that elusive match at WrestleMania. Also this week on Raw, we saw the spine-tingling face-off between two of the hardest hitters in the WWE. Television champion Pete Dunne was in the ring to find out just who his opponent for WrestleMania was, and well, we found out, because General Manager Shane McMahon had told Dunne earlier in the night that he would have the chance to defend his title at the Show of Shows. But what happened next perhaps surprised a few and was expected from others. Pete Dunne's opponent was none other than the Japanese superstar Hideo Itami, and it was made official. Dunne will face off against Itami for the television championship, and right here, right now, we can reveal to you exclusively that it will kick off proceedings at WrestleMania on the pre-show. So that means you simply cannot miss a second of any part of WrestleMania, as it is going to be stacked from top to bottom. We now have our weekly segment, Socially Speaking, where we look at your reactions to some of the major moments, including this one from Bobby Roode. That may have been the last ounce of energy that Sami Zayn had left. Bobby Roode with the cover. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, wait a minute. The feet are on the ropes. The feet are on the ropes, for God's sake. Desmond D said, wow, Bobby Roode had to cheat to win the European Championship. That's not glorious. And King of Cobras said, Bobby Roode. What a match. And also adds that Apollo, he will be actually sitting front row to watch your day of reckoning. Of course, referring to the 2-on-1 beatdown Elite Sports Management delivered to Brock Lesnar this past week. To which Legend responded, ESM is in full force. We also got some predictions for the Money in the Bank ladder match at WrestleMania with Speg to Geps using the hashtag BreezeCase, and Eddie James predicting Adam Cole. And also, the world famous Math Wiz dropping by predicting that while Luke Harper may be unpredictable, Tyler Breeze has shown in the past that he has what it takes to win the big one, and that at WrestleMania, his money is on the King of Cuteville, Tyler Breeze. Be sure to be commenting on each and every video for your chance to be featured here each and every week on Socially Speaking. We now turn our attention to some exclusive breaking news that we can let you in on here right now, that John Bradshaw Layfield has issued a no contact clause this week between Apollo Crews and Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar and Apollo Crews obviously got into an altercation this week to close the show, and it involved a kendo stick and a chair, and JBL has stated to me personally that he wanted me to let you guys know that this week he cannot risk his big main event for SmackDown Live to be tarnished and one of the superstars to potentially get injured. So JBL has issued a no contact clause this week on SmackDown. Speaking of SmackDown, the shocks kept on rolling this week after Bobby Roode had captured the European Championship in controversial fashion, but then it was time for the Alpha to enter the building. That's right, Chris Jericho made his return to the WWE, delivering an earth-shattering codebreaker to the newly crowned champ. Jericho later said in a backstage interview that the reason he did this to Bobby Roode is because he is here to take his spot at WrestleMania and not beg for it like all of the other superstars. Jericho went on to say that he and the other legends simply belong on the card, and that no one wants to see the likes of Rude and Zayn. Stern words from Jericho, but will he get what he wants? We might just find out this week. Also on this stack show, we saw the combustible meter go through the roof when Emma hit the ring to attempt to confront the psychotic Nikki Cross. Emma was quickly interrupted though by an image that flashed up on the Titantron. Emma couldn't believe her eyes as Nikki Cross was in Stephanie McMahon's own office destroying one of her friends, Peyton Royce. Just moments earlier, Emma and Royce had patched things up over their recent rocky relationship, but Cross swiftly took out yet another member of the women's roster. Is Emma being toyed with, or are the rumours of Emma potentially being behind all of the attacks potentially true? It would certainly seem that the former would be the more likely, but in this crazy world of professional wrestling, you never know. This week on Raw, we will see Drew McIntyre in yet another incredibly high profile match as he takes on the King of Strong Style, Shinsuke Nakamura, ahead of his United States Championship defense at WrestleMania against John Cena. Plus this week on SmackDown Live, we have a massive triple threat match as Adam Cole, Roderick Strong and Samoa Joe all face each other on the eve of their Money in the Bank ladder match. It's the final Raw and SmackDown before WrestleMania and tensions will be at a fever pitch, so make sure notifications are on and you stay tuned into the channel and you don't miss a single thing because the show of shows, WrestleMania, is just around the corner. As always, ladies and gentlemen, for Murph's YT13, thank you so much for watching and I'll catch you on the next one.